Okay, you're good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. So loud and clear. Loud and clear. Yeah, you always be looking at that now. Don't blame me. And welcome into the Dagger Podcast. October 10th, Gabe.
It's been a while.
Are you today's date? Because you are 10 out of 10.
You were going some other direction.
You like that one?
I got to use that on.
Yeah, use that on your girlfriend later. Yeah, for sure. Probably not on your mom. Wow, MLB postseason. I know we were really putting off talking about baseball until kind of this weekend, and I think we waited for the right time.
Absolutely, yeah. Wild card's over, right? I think it's
wild card's over. Last night was the last game.
Right. Yep. So the division series is starting, and wow, the wild card took a turn. I had a bracket. I was predicting a bracket. Wow, my words are off today.
You made a bracket?
I made a bracket.
Oh wow, how's it looking so far?
I think I'm 0 for 4.
Oh my God!
I had the Cardinals going. I had the Mets going. Jeez. Yeah.
Wow, I should have just listened to you for betting purposes. Yeah. Faded. What do you? So you picked the Rays?
Who were the Rays playing again?
Well, they lost pretty quickly. The Guardians. That's
shocking.
I
picked the Rays.
Yeah,
I picked the Rays.
See, that's pretty surprising to me. I kind of thought the Rays were not there this year.
I agree, but I also thought, okay, they've been so good in the past few years, they could make a run.
But the thing about the Rays is they went World Series, and then last year, what were they? Barely made it to the second round.
I can't
or
remember.
ALDS, I guess you'd say. Lost, got bounced when they were supposed to be super good.
Yeah.
And then this year, they've fallen down to the wild card, and they lose, of course. So, the thing about baseball especially is you want to be trending up. And that's why if guess,
you can't be going
my
down.
favorite team last night got shut out.
Oh, who's
the
that?
New York Mets,
my favorite
baseball
really?
team in the MLB.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure it is.
My favorite team in the MLB lost in embarrassing fashion. Not only did Buck Showalter try and accuse Joe Musgrove, the San Diego pitcher, of cheating, he also felt up a ball in the third inning, a ball that Musgrove had thrown under his jacket. That's adorable. Grabbed DeGrom's butthole the night before. And then when Edwin Diaz came out with 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 8th, they played the trumpets. I mean, how incredible is that?
I mean, you kind of have to. It's been a whole, big deal this whole season. Edwin Diaz, trumpets. They brought out Timmy Trumpet to play live at the game. It's only right to play that, honestly. But I'm looking at the postseason bracket right now. I was actually 0 for 4.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds
I picked the Blue Jays over the Mariners.
0 for 4. And again,
oh my gosh.
See, you're betting on all the wash teams, not on all the young teams.
God.
Well, I guess the Blue Jays are pretty young.
All right. I think this kind of tells me that March Madness bracket's not going to be a thing this year.
No, I'm worried for you. I'm really
not
concerned
do
for
it.
you. But the
That's
good thing is you'll have watched much more college basketball, I think.
Yeah.
Than you will have the MLB. Because we weren't really watching the MLB. You don't really watch the MLB, you just don't really watch it.
I do.
I know, but you can't watch all 30 teams.
No,
you
basketball's
watch your
different.
team.
Basketball, it's very fast-paced.
Exactly.
You can watch the whole game, and it feels like, wow, the game's over already.
Exactly. And baseball is just too long.
No,
when you commit to a baseball game, and then if it's like a 1-0 game, you're like, wow, I don't want to watch baseball for a week after what I just put myself through.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was like watching the Mets play all weekend long.
Mm-hmm.
I could never imagine being a Mets fan. Frank the Tank was right. He was always right. The Braves never lose. The Mets always lose.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm excited to see DeGrom wearing a Braves jersey next year.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And I'm excited to see Aaron Judge keep the pinstripes on because Brian Cashman claims there's a gold pot.
Yeah, there is. He's going to be fine. I mean, it's the same thing that Lamar's doing right now with the Ravens. If you couldn't work it out, you go, you play your ass off, and then you get the bag. That's just how it works. So,
Yeah.
Bet on yourself.
If we're on the topic of bracket, I'm just going to tell you my bracket right now, and we'll discuss next time or whenever.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay, so...
the playoffs are over, but I'll tell you what my predictions were.
Wait, just tell me that none of the 4 teams that you picked were advancing.
No.
Okay, then that's a huge start.
Yeah, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Yes.
Let me tell
okay,
you.
Say it.
Let me tell you. So,
Say it.
I had the Rays playing the Yankees in the ALDS. I had the Yankees beating the Rays. So that's a start because the Rays aren't even in it. Then I had the Blue Jays playing the Astros. That's pretty given. Astros are going to beat that.
Dude, I think the Mariners are damn good.
You think the Mariners can take on the Astros?
I do.
All
5
right.
games. I mean,
I'm not. You know what? I'm so off right now.
5 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you go to a game 5 and it's anybody's game. Whoever's got the confidence, that's baseball.
Yeah, that's the good thing about baseball.
Sorry, go ahead.
But,
I don't want to interrupt.
And then I had the Cardinals playing the Braves. I had the Braves taking that series, and the Dodgers playing the Mets. Dodgers playing us. So.
Yeah, so you had every team,
yes.
every higher seed winning. So
right.
You know, that's a way to do it in the NCAA bracket.
No,
you know?
well, I had the Rays beating the Guardians of the wild card, so I kind of had a little
okay,
upset.
yeah, I'm not really counting that. But I'm saying, like, that's kind of the way to do it in the NCAA bracket is if it's like, okay, I'm not going to get, the upsets, right? Because whoever does. So it's like you might as well just pick all the higher seeds because they'll probably be the ones playing.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing with baseball, the difference between
4.
baseball and the NCAA bracket is that in baseball, the better team is going to win the series because there's a whole series. With March Madness, it's 1 game.
See,
so if you're off 1 game, you're done.
I get that. But the other thing about baseball is that basketball, I think you more than likely have to look like a good team throughout the year. Baseball, you can squeeze in and then all of a sudden look like a damn good baseball team. Like, the Braves, the last 2 seasons have started out terribly.
Right.
Then all of a sudden they just get it clicking and then they get it going and then... all of a sudden, you get the bats at the right time, you get the pitching at the right time, and you play cold hitters at the right time.
You won't see the star player on a basketball team get 30 points and then all of a sudden go 0 for 15 the next game. You won't. But with baseball, you can see someone go 5 for 5 and then 0 for 5 the next game. Yeah.
Well, and because, the guy in the playoffs, too, that's hitting the ball well, they probably sucked all year long.
It
all of a sudden...
It's only it's the matchup between the batter and the pitcher.
Exactly.
You're not really going against anyone, specifically in basketball. It's just you and your game. Baseball, if you hit well against this pitcher, you're going to hit well. And then you're playing against this pitcher the next game, you don't hit well usually against him, you're not going to hit well.
For sure.
So that's just the difference between it. But
so speaking of hitting well, the Blue Jays were up 8-1 in the 6th inning. And then,
Bo Bichette looks
and then the
awful.
Mariners hit, a 3-run homer? Or it was 8-2. Mariners hit a 3-run homer, made it 8-5, I think. And then, just double, single, knock, walk, double. And then all of a sudden, it's 8-8. And then, they win in the 9th. Brutal stuff for the Blue Jays because it's their core is so good. And I don't think Alex Manoah is a great pitcher. I don't really think any of their starting pitchers are great. I think Gosman's good because he's a vet.
Yeah.
And he was on the Braves for a year, so I have a lot of appreciation for him. But it just sucks for the Blue Jays. It's tough to say this is supposed to be our year when it's just your best team that you've had in 15 years. So you feel like you're owed something because you finally have such a good team on paper. That's not how baseball works, man. It's just it just isn't. You just got to get lucky. The ball's got to bounce your way. And, hey, it's the perfect Strider quote. Spencer Strider, after we lost 4 or 5 to the Mets in that 5-game series in June or July, whatever, he goes, they seem to be having a lot of luck right now with the balls that they're putting into play.
Right.
We'll see how that luck is in September.
Well, good thing they're not playing each other.
Good thing we don't have to see them because we beat them 3-0. So, that's kind of it for baseball right now.
Actually, there's a few funny things I want to mention.
What?
On social media I just saw. There was this funny cameo clip of Pete Alonso.
So great. Oh, my God, I'm so glad you brought it up because I was going to forget and be so mad about it.
Yeah, he's it's just Pete Alonso saying, "Hey guys, Pete Alonso here with the New York Mets, and if you're watching this, you just got beat by the San Diego Padres."
What are you doing? Dude, what part of your brain is oh, this would be a great cameo? Dude, what
I think
are
it was
you
probably
thinking?
for someone who's a Padres fan? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, dude,
Why
why would you ever say that? Like, being in the league with the chance, even if they were in the American League, it's like with the chances that you have of playing them, dude, that video will never, like, where is the foresight from this guy? And obviously Alonso has none of it, because he did the home run derby thing. He did the elbow. He elbowed Profar in the back. Did
that
you
was
see
so
that?
intentional.
It was just
he was already on base. Well, even if he was tagging him,
are you 12 years old? Like, do you think you live in fantasy land?
There's something wrong with him.
He's got to have nightmares of that cameo, dude, because it is so funny. Hey, this is Pete Alonso of the New York Mets, and you just got beat by the San Diego Padres. It's like, dude, look in the mirror. What are you... Crazy. Wait, what? I'm trying to think of what else.
There's one more thing. When the Mariners won the ALDS series, the wild card series, Juan Rodriguez, he popped the bottle before the manager even spoke, and he goes, "Rookie mistake, rookie mistake."
That's funny. No, I'm really happy for the Mariners. It's awesome, and Seattle's going to be rocking. Oh, one more thing about baseball: the Braves. I tweeted this. The Braves just got fucked because we're the defending World Series champions. We play at 1 o'clock on Tuesday. 1 o'clock Eastern.
Wow, that's early.
So imagine if you were... Okay, obviously this isn't really a case for many people. Imagine if you're in California, you live in California, and you're a Braves fan. Dude, you have to watch the game at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that sucks.
What the hell is that? Like, we are the defending World Series champions. And you know what's hilarious?
I just realized I said Juan Rodriguez. It's Julio.
Yeah, it's Julio. I was going to say... No, I was going to say something, but then I was like, well, I know it's either Julio or something else, so I didn't want to say anything. But,
that's bad.
But that was bad. But it's okay. But it's good that you corrected it.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
And then the Astros are the next game. They're at 4:30 or 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So it's like...
And who are they playing? They're playing the Mariners. What's the time in Seattle?
So that would be 1 o'clock in Seattle.
Yeah,
because Texas is central.
Right.
So it's just crazy that, the two defending World Series opponents are the first two games. No. It's for one thing, and I understand exactly what it is. L.A. and New York. But you know something?
I just don't think they want the games to overlap.
Well, no shit. They don't want them to overlap.
So,
but I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like, they do it for the media markets. Let me tell you something about the Los Angeles Dodgers, dude. They play in every freaking playoffs. Every single one of them. The Braves sold out every game at Truist Park in that Mets series. Who do you think has a better fan base? Because the Braves stretch across Tennessee, North Carolina.
We're talking about the Dodgers here.
Exactly. We're talking about Los Angeles sports fans. We're not talking about the Dodgers. Yeah, we're talking about Los Angeles sports
LA
fans.
has the biggest fan base in America.
No, they don't. They have the worst because it's LA. Because they don't
Maybe
care
the worst,
about
but
sports.
It's big. Because some people
Is it really that big? Because I would guarantee you that it goes Yankees 1, Braves 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you ever see someone from LA, right? Any LA person, you think they're wearing an Angels hat or a Dodgers hat?
You think they're wearing a Dodgers hat because the logo is cool, or you think they're wearing a Dodgers hat because they actually love the Dodgers? They're obsessed with the Dodgers. Exactly.
LeBron probably wears it because it's
Dude,
cool.
I bet you more people in LA wear Braves hats than Dodgers hats because the logo is so drippy.
I like the Dodgers hat logo. Boy.
You do.
I kind of do.
But you're a Yankees fan.
I like the Yankees logo better.
There you go. I better hope so. Let's move on to basketball before we get into some great football from this weekend. Oh, Draymond Green.
Oh, man.
You just can't help yourself, can you? You just can't help yourself.
You saw the video, right?
Did I see? I mean,
just making sure.
How much? So, did you see how much the guy got paid by TMZ? $275,000 to release.
Was it? It was some guy. I thought it was some security camera.
Exactly, it was, but somebody had to release
that?
it. Well, because somebody gets access to the security cameras.
Right.
Exactly. So would you give up your job for $275,000 in that video? I certainly would.
Depends how much you're getting paid, but most
Probably
likely,
how much. How much do you think Spoelstra was getting paid before when he was the what?
He was the video
audio manager?
Intern.
Yeah, what is he, the video manager or whatever?
Like the audio intern.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure he didn't want to do that forever.
I don't understand, how did someone from TMZ get access to the security camera?
What do you mean? No, brother. TMZ gets access to everything because they offer you a bag to give them the video. every security camera, every guy that runs any security camera footage of anything that ever happened in history.
Oh, it's some random guy who works for security.
Of course.
Okay, I got you.
Of course. So, the Ray Rice, the Joe Mixon,
right.
all the assault, all that stuff.
Yeah,
TMZ gives you a bag, you take it, and you feel great about yourself. And
right. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so $275,000, awesome stuff for that guy.
When I first saw the update about Draymond and Jordan Poole, I was like, oh man, like he probably like swung at him, or maybe he slapped him, or something happened, and he's slightly hit him, and then the video came out, and he rocked him.
Oh, rocked his shit. Rocked him.
Oh my gosh.
Rocked him. Dude, okay, yeah, whatever. But just...
Oh my god.
So awesome. Just so awesome because it was just so plain. They're both, looking off. Poole is, they're clearly jabbing at each other, jawing at each other. But you could see Poole is looking, dead straight. Not even... Draymond's, in his peripheral.
Yeah.
And then Draymond pulls up and, Poole pushes him. And then Draymond just... You could tell that this has been burning up inside of him, whatever it is, for so long.
I mean, I'm not even surprised. I would ask, what did Jordan Poole do? But I'm not even going to ask. Well, he's so cocky and confident.
He is, dude. He is.
If I could, I'd do it, too.
Dude, I love his energy. And then did you see last night, dude? He went off.
He did, yeah. He played
went
great.
Off. Because he's a freaking stud, and Draymond is washed.
Yeah. There was a video, I think it was about a year or two ago, Draymond in a press conference, and he was talking about Jordan Poole, and he was like, yeah, so Jordan Poole, he's really cocky and confident, but I like that about him. And there's a lot of people who are bothered by that, but I tell them, that's just his personality, don't let it bother you, and I'm just like, man... You let it bother you.
Yeah, dude. It's you think okay, well, that's exactly who Draymond was, and that's one of the reasons that he's so successful. But it's after this year, everybody realizes you would just be another player.
He's not even
if you weren't on Golden State, obviously,
right. He's some PJ Tucker kind of guy.
You also realize that when he's not in the game, their defense is bad. You know, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I mean. Unfortunately, being a defensive player in today's NBA, that doesn't really get the fans piped up, and it certainly doesn't
help
the
game.
Certainly doesn't help pay the bands.
But it helps the team.
No, of course, yeah, you need it, and that's why the Hawks had to go out and get DeJounte. You have to be good at team basketball.
Speaking of the Hawks, they're trying to get Jay Crowder.
I know, dude. It's gonna be so sick.
Crazy.
And I've been saying this all offseason because. He's the perfect role player.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking about our 2016 team that was one in the East and then got swept by LeBron, of course.
Right.
When he was on the Heat. when he was on the Cavs. That team, our three guy was Damari Carroll. Not really much of an offensive player. Just wasn't. He could hit an open three every now and then, maybe get to the rack, hit a couple free throws. But defensively, he was the glue. Mm-hmm. Dude. If we could get Crowder coming off the bench, especially because of how often DeAndre Hunter gets hurt, who's looked really good in the first 2 games preseason. First of all, we look so good. We beat the Bucks not once but twice. Defense.
Trey grew.
Defense still has a long way to go. Well, Trey's been working with Steph Curry's trainer all offseason, working on his off-ball shooting.
Okay.
Dude, we are going to be. DeJounte can run an offense by himself. He doesn't need anybody else.
So good.
Best mid-range pull-up game I've seen since KD in his prime. I mean, dude just sits, he stops, and then he. Okay, yeah. But we haven't seen him in years, right? That's what we've been saying.
Yeah.
But dude, he'll just stop, look you dead in the eye, and if you're at least a foot and a half away from him, he's just going to shoot it right in your mouth.
Yeah.
And just drain it. It's awesome.
He's cold.
I'm so excited. Sure. I'm so. Last year I knew we were due for disappointment because that Eastern Conference run was insane.
Yeah. Jay Crowder is.
I'm fully
I love
on
Jay.
The Hawks train right now.
I love Jay Crowder. He was my favorite player when he was on Miami, and I think it's honestly between Miami and Atlanta right now.
You think he might go back?
That was originally where he was going to go.
Yeah,
but now
I know.
Atlanta's
But dude,
in the picture.
everybody wants him.
Of course, he brings everyone to the finals.
Oh, of course, dude.
But Jay Crowder's a great player.
He's PJ. He's just him and PJ are the same player. It's so funny.
Jay Crowder is a great defensive player. Catch and shoot, he'll knock down a three.
He'll knock down. If
he's wide open.
He'll knock down 4 in the first quarter.
If he's wide open, he's banging that.
And then he won't shoot for the rest of the game.
Right, but it's the hustle and the aggression that he brings onto the court. I like it a lot. I really like PJ. I'm sorry. I really like Jay. He's just like PJ.
Yeah.
And Miami doesn't have that really anymore, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens with that. East is going to be tough. But let's move on to some up-and-coming rising stars.
Ooh, yeah.
The G League Ignite played the French, something.
98 something.
Something like that. Victor Wembanyama is
98th or something weird.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Dude, I mean,
it's unfair. And people are saying, "Oh, who's going to be better, him or Scoot?" It's like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, Scoot could be great.
Well, it's not
some certain team, but this guy is the potential is through the roof.
It's not a fair question. I mean, dude, you take Porzingis.
Porzingis, Durant.
No, I would just say that Porzingis and Durant. His
Porzingis, Durant, and Giannis.
No, dude, he is so skinny. Do not compare him to Giannis.
No, it's just the way he's so tall and can move like that is the Giannis. The way he can shoot.
Well, no,
that's
but that's what I'm saying. Is KD is his fluidity with the ball is KD, and then shooting Porzingis and.
But just the way to get to the rim. But yeah.
Well, yeah, he can't. He's not a Giannis wasn't Giannis for the first 4 years that he was in the league until he started bulking up.
Right.
But
he needs to bulk up for sure.
Well, does he though?
He does. I
get that. I get
a little
that
bit,
for sure. And obviously, after what just happened to Chet, it's like very clear. It's
exactly.
Yeah, another year will be great for you. And this is what we talk about with the European players. I mean, they're just they're so developed. Their game is so developed because they just watch the best and then train to be the best. So, I mean, it's an incredible process that they have in Europe, and they get to play professionally immediately because there's no. They play at 16. They start playing professionally. Maybe Luka started at 15
12
probably?
or something. I don't even know.
9?
Yeah.
Luka started playing in 3rd grade in the professional, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, Victor's incredible. I watched Scoot play in high school. I went to his Cal Longhorn basketball games before he went to G League Ignite. I went to his AAU games. I've been watching him since I was a senior and he was a sophomore, I think. In high school, and we would just we were in awe of this kid.
Yeah. No, Scoot
game is so nice. Great passer, can get to the rack, can shoot off the dribble. His shooting has gotten incredibly better. Dude can throw it down with the best of them. I'm so excited to watch him, and I just hope that it's not always a comparison to Victor because Scoot on his own is going to be that dude.
Yeah, no, Scoot's a hooper, straight up hooper. But there's so many people in the league that play just like him. The difference between Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson is that Victor has a different play type. No one has seen.
Oh, why? Because he's 7'5" and can shoot
Right,
obviously.
So he's going to stand out in the league. For Scoot Henderson, who can be an all-star for sure, but he's not going to stand out as much as Victor Wembanyama.
Again, this is what I just said. We don't need to compare the two of them forever because it's just like if Scoot was in last year's draft. There's no reason that he wouldn't have been the number 1 overall pick.
Right.
Because there was so much discussion of who the heck are you going to take.
Yeah.
Scoot could have very easily been the number 1 pick last year, but just because he happens to be the same age and that's just how it is, it's going to be with Victor. But we don't have to compare them all the time. Yeah. That's what I just want to leave it there.
The NBA doesn't really want a player who's, he's a great player, but he can do everything that any other player can do. They want someone.
Yes, they do.
No, they want someone who's like, wow, he's different.
Well, no, obviously. So but those guys don't come around.
Exactly. So that's why it's not even a debate.
But again, there's no debate.
There's no debate. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there is a debate on ESPN and every social media platform.
Dude, no, it's not a debate. It's more of a let's just show as much Victor as possible, just like we did with LeBron, just like we do with Luka, just like we did with Steph. It's just show as much of the best player as possible, so people will watch our show and think that we're arguing about stuff that we were all told to say.
Yeah, it's funny because every 3 years or every 4 years there'll be an NBA player or a player is going to be drafted and they're like, oh wow, this is the highest or most hyped up player since LeBron. It's like you said that about Zion too. That's what they said about Victor.
This is the toughest week of the NBA because it's just so many people just watch a preseason game and then they're like what I just did about the Hawks. It's obviously I have much more realistic expectations and I know how to reel in my emotions, but this is the worst week of the NBA because it's preseason. It's just first take and Stephen A just saying so much nonsense.
Jimmy, his dreads are gone.
So obviously.
I'm happy about
we knew that one was coming.
There's a few guys on the Heat I cannot.
Okay. What are we talking about?
What? I'm just telling you. There's this one guy on the Heat that is playing unbelievable. There's something about Miami that they just take the undrafted players and they just turn them into like absolute all-stars. I'm serious.
Okay, name one person that they've turned them into an absolute all-star. Because I know
Well, I'm being a little
all-star. I know Yurtsevin isn't an all-star. I know Duncan ain't an all-star.
I'm just saying, like,
I know
they turn him into
TH
great
ain't an
players.
all-star.
All right, can you just take a saying, please? I'm just
I'm
talking.
surprised you didn't even say anything about your sixth man being the highest paid sixth man in the league by a mile.
Well, he deserves that.
Well, is he going to start or not?
I don't think so.
Nope, that sucks. Duncan
Does
not.
It's not. Does he deserve to start? Yes. Is he better than who is starting? Yes. But he's better off the bench.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be all right then.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It'll be fine. Let's get into some football, and then we'll do what we did with baseball and just wait for the basketball until we actually start getting some games.
Sure.
So big news this morning. Panthers fired Matt Rule. I brought up a couple statistics and some numbers here with us. So Matt Rule, 11-27. He started in 2020. Tough situation. I'll give him that. Tough season to start in the NFL. You know, you've got a lot of things going on. Probably a little hard to just focus on coaching. I get that. Not to mention your quarterback is Teddy Bridgewater, who's a glorified backup quarterback, has become one. So that's tough, right? You know, what wasn't the best first season. Second year, went 5-11. That's better. And your quarterback is Sam Darnold. I mean, that's not bad. And a lot of backups in that time. P.J. Walker, Cam Newton, all kinds of random guys. This year, got off to a 1-4 start. Here's a stat for you. Every time the Panthers have given up at least 17 points in Matt Rule's tenure, they've lost.
Okay.
17.
Wow.
17 points. That's 2 touchdowns and a field goal in 4 quarters. That's not that much.
No.
Certainly not that much. Every time they gave up 17 points, they lost. Now let's look at why the Panthers hired Matt Rule. He took a really bad Baylor team. His first year at Baylor, they were 1-11. This was after all these scandals had come out with Art Briles and sexual abuse and stuff going on at Baylor. So, you know, he had to clean up the program, restart it fresh. 1-11 in 2017. Get it? 2018, 6-6. Hey, wow. Huge improvement in a year. Mm-hmm. 2019, 11-1. Mm-hmm. Holy hell.
Yeah.
You might be a good coach. Then the Carolina Panthers thought, this is the guy. He's the guy we need. Matt Rule at Baylor in 3 years never defeated a ranked team.
I mean, it's kind of hard to compare. Yes, obviously.
No. If you don't beat a ranked football team in college football in 3 years, and you're 11-1,
I agree.
You have no business.
No, I agree.
And no owner or general manager in the NFL has any business thinking you remotely could take that kind of success. Success also, they lost in the bowl game to Georgia, also, of course, because Georgia was ranked. Like, if you can't just expect college to just translate like that, and it's always been the discussion. It doesn't translate. Because in college, you got to be a rah-rah guy, you know? You got to get kids fired up. NFL, they're professionals, man. They know what they're doing. So you need to be a good X's and O's guy. And that's why all the best, you know, coaches, offensive coordinators are becoming coaches, because they know how to draw up plays and they know how to scheme.
Right.
Just so funny. Over the next 3 years, he signed a 7-year contract. They have to pay him $40 million.
Jeez. That sucks.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick.
That sucks.
Dude, I have a crazy stat of
That's
how
too
much
bad.
they're paying him. It's so funny.
All right, we'll wait for you to.
Yeah.
bring that
I
up.
put a thing in there.
Sure.
So funny. Okay. The Panthers still owe him over $40 million. Rule will make $834,000 per month for the next 48 months. That's obviously if you average it out over 4 years. $834,000.
It's unbelievable.
Wow. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And unlike, Urban Meyer, who got fired last year, you couldn't fire him for cause, so you have to pay him the money.
Right.
So all-time up by the Panthers,
Huge.
all-timer.
Huge.
And they,
That's too bad.
you know that meme, it's like, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Like, do that with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Like, they are never going to financially recover from
Yeah.
this. Horrible quarterback situation, horrible coaching situation. Lost their two best defensive players, or two of them, in the last 2 weeks. Call it on the season. Fade the Panthers every single week. Every single week. Okay.
Too bad.
So that's the Panthers. Dolphins lose to the effing Jets.
The
That's
Jets.
what you put
Yeah.
on here.
The Jets.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson. That was funny. Former
Yeah.
Kansas State guy.
Yeah.
Tough situation with Teddy. First play, he gets sacked, and they're like, yeah, concussion. And then it comes out that he didn't have a concussion.
I mean, they're probably got to be really careful now.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
We'll talk about the Brady,
Yeah, I mean,
Brady sack.
It's
My
too bad.
Lord.
They see something that could be a concussion, and they're take him out before social media hops on our.
Too bad they didn't do that 2 weeks ago with
So
someone that actually
that's
got
the
a
reason
concussion.
why they're being careful. But yeah, so Dolphins lose to the Jets. Not really much to say there. I'll let you guys figure that one out yourself.
Yeah, Jets D just owned y'all.
Oh my gosh.
It is what it is. But hey, that's okay. Move on. I mean, you're onto your third string quarterback.
Yeah,
You know what? AFC East team looked really good with their third string quarterback, though.
the way you're telling me is I'm telling you. I think it's a joke.
The New England Patriots, 29-0 with Bailey Zappi at the helm,
hey.
destroyed the Lions. Lions went 0 for 6 on fourth down. I'd be shocked. Unfortunately, it sucks to say this. I'd be shocked if Campbell makes it out of the season. The Lions' defense is so horrendously bad, and he never has an answer. He just never has an answer. They have the highest scoring offense, did until this week, obviously.
Right.
And then, going for it 6 times on fourth down. Some of the plays were just abysmal. Some of the calls were abysmal. And Bill Belichick showed, obviously, why you can never count him out. Because when it comes to scheming, especially defensively, it's safe to say he's the greatest of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you mentioned here the NFC East.
NFC
Beasts.
Beasts. Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
NFC East had one hell of a week.
Of course, they do every
Right.
week, it seems like.
Giants beat the Packers. Not only did they beat the Packers, but Daniel Jones did not have one passing touchdown.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Did he have an interception?
No.
I woke up, I turned the game on, and I muted it. I was so down bad Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I woke up, turned it on, muted it, and then I woke up again. It was 17-10 Packers at the half, and I was like, damn, I missed the whole first half. And I woke up again. It was 4 minutes left, and it was 20-20. And I was like, wow, are the Giants really going to...
The Giants look good. They don't have Sterling Shepard, so I thought that was the end of their season, but they look pretty... I mean, yes, it's the Packers. The Packers don't have any receivers other than Sammy Watkins and...
Well, Sammy Watkins been hurt, too.
Right.
Unless he played on... I don't think he played.
I don't think he played,
But,
no.
yeah, I mean, the Giants' defense is great. Very similar with the Cowboys. Cowboys' defense is great. Very similar with the Eagles. Eagles' defense is great.
Hey, you got Micah McFadden.
Yeah,
Some
of
man.
course. Yeah, absolutely.
man.
And, I mean, the Cowboys and the Giants are doing it, I mean, Danny Jones will be a backup here soon. I don't see him continuing to be a starting quarterback in the league. But, I mean, good enough. He loves to run the football, and he's pretty darn fast. I think that's something that
Pretty fast for
people
Micah.
that obviously didn't watch, that haven't really watched him before, maybe didn't know. But, I mean, I'll always think about that rush. I think it was against the Cowboys. I can't remember, but... he ripped it off 78 yards and stumbled at the 2-yard line. You know what I mean? That's something I always remember. Like, he can fly, so...
Yeah, I know we talked
works.
about the Packers and them not having enough receivers to help Aaron Rodgers out. So, as long as the Giants' defense is on point, there's really no way the Packers are going to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, not really. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can win any game. And you still
Right,
thought...
no, exactly. So, like I
and
said...
the Hail Mary was still there. He just got sacked.
It's always going to be
He
there.
just got strip sacked. But Cowboys, God, they look good. I was sitting
Cowboys
with
are
one of my
looking good.
roommates, and he's like...
They started off a little cold, but they're heating up.
My roommate was like, dude, are the Cowboys good? Because he keeps betting against them, and they keep winning. And I'm like, man, I mean, like, they have one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best defense in the league. Micah Parsons got hurt, came back out, got 2 more sacks. I mean, he's going to win DPOY at this rate, assuming he doesn't get hurt. And the Eagles just are a great all-around team. They run the football well. A.J. Brown had a really quiet day, but Devontae Smith still got 12 catches. Sirianni's been great. They scheme around different guys. And, I mean, they're 4-1, and the Eagles are 5-0, and I think the Redskins, they're the worst. And direct result,
Who?
Carson Wentz and
Who's the who?
the Washington Redskins.
The who?
Yeah, I know what I said.
The who?
I'm fully aware. I mean, they are just not good all around. Bad defense. They blew it to the Titans this weekend. Should have won that game. You put the Broncos on here from Thursday.
I did. I know. I don't really want to talk about that.
I mean,
it's just that
you
our
saw
thing
my
is,
comment. No, I mean, we're done talking about them. They have 45 primetime games. They lose every one of them. They stink to watch. They're the worst football games on television every single week, week in and week out. Saw somebody wearing a Broncos jersey this weekend. I laughed in his face.
You Draymond Green him?
I just laughed at him. And then he tried to talk to me about it, and I was like, dude, there's nothing that you can say that's going to convince me that this team isn't.
Why is someone wearing a Broncos jersey?
He's from Colorado.
Who's from Colorado?
A lot of people, man. Denver's a pretty popular place.
In Indiana, though?
I actually know
I've never met anyone.
I actually know multiple people here from Denver.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not met one.
And I've actually met people from Boulder too.
Boulder's a nice place.
I wouldn't know. Never been.
Okay.
Brady got blessed this weekend.
He did.
I never really realized this growing up a
Of course,
Patriots
you say
fan.
blessed because they played the Falcons, but oh no, you're not a Falcons fan. Gosh,
Yeah, I just said I watch Brady a lot, and as a fan of Brady and as a fan of the Patriots, which is what I pretty much became at age 7. You realize it, but you're never going to acknowledge it, of course, that he's gotten away with a lot in his tenure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's part of being really good, and it's also just a part of being a name that everybody knows. And, sometimes the referees see that and they say, oh, wow, he's an old man. He needs to be treated with more respect. And it's like, buddy, this is football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit. If you're 75 years old, don't go out there if you can't take the hit. Grady Jarrett owns him. That's the D tackle for the Falcons. He always has. He sacks him every single time they play. I'd love to get the actual stats on that.
I have a question for you.
It's just screw. I mean, it's just screwed. The Falcons. I actually had the Bucs in a parlay, so I was happy, I guess. But dude, I mean, it's BS. The Falcons could have won that game. Go ahead.
Oh, you heard me. Wow. Okay. So if the Pats took on the Bucs, who would you be going for?
Are you serious? Patriots.
Patriots?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were.
No, I'm loyal to
diehard
it. I'm loyal
Brady
to a
fan or-
team, man. Hell
Okay.
No, because then I'd be a Bucs fan, and I wouldn't be saying that.
Not
right?
necessarily, but I guess. I would say you probably root for Brady to have a good game and the Pats to win.
No, I root for the Patriots.
Okay.
I'm a Patriots fan.
All right,
Through and
answers my
through.
question.
Through and through. Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't ride with players. I ride with teams.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure. Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean the
they're-
Steelers stink also.
Right, but the Bills look so good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, bench Gabe Davis.
424 passing yards for Josh Allen. He went off.
I bench Gabe Davis in fantasy this week.
Oh, that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
yeah,
because every time I play him, he gets 2 catches for 9 yards. So it's
I think we're
sweet.
both unlucky. A little bit.
I don't know. I've been feeling pretty lucky lately. Also, thank God I'm back against the wall after a bad gambling week last week. I really rounded it out with a 5-leg parlay in the NFL yesterday and hit it. Huge.
Wow.
Huge.
How much was the bet?
Well, it was only 5. It was 5 for 48 something. $40.
Pretty
Yeah,
solid.
it was. I'll just say it real
Pretty
quick.
solid.
Bucks money line, Patriots money line, Jets +3.
Jets +3.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the Dolphins were going to lose. They're not really that great. 2 is good, actually, which is crazy.
You hit that in a half.
Niners money line, and no, the game was very close
The Jets Dolphins?
until the midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, no. I mean, it only matters about the final score.
And then well, yeah, but it doesn't make the hours that go by easier and easier.
Of course
when the
not,
Dolphins,
no.
when Skylar Thompson keeps scoring. And then I had Bills money line. Yeah, so I was chilling. Great job on me. Not always that easy.
Yep.
So you wrote Big Noon Kickoff in Bloomington was wild. Was it actually? I didn't.
Oh, so fun.
participate.
So fun. I was on TV a few times. I was right in the front, hanging on the whatever you call it, a little barrier
Rails.
there. No, it wasn't like a rail. It was like a barrier they set up, but super fun. I got there at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Stayed there till about 11:45. Super fun.
Cool.
Reggie Bush was there, obviously.
Urban
Everyone loves
Meyer
Reggie.
was
Urban there. Oh, everyone was screaming at Urban. No one likes Urban here, obviously. Super fun, though. Trace Jackson Davis, Mike Woodson came out. Trace hit a pinata. It was just a fun environment, honestly. They were giving out... It was funny because, like, back in the days when I would go to, like, bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and stuff, they would have, like, oh, we're giving out candy. We're giving out $5 gift cards. They go to this. They're like, we're giving out 5 PS5s. We're giving out Xboxes. I'm like, wow, this changed. It's just funny,
So
but
you didn't get one?
I didn't get one. Unfortunately. I was screaming, but I didn't get one. But it was super fun.
You know, it's always tough, like, when, like, a girl wins that, like, doesn't even, like, know, like, what a PS5 is. And then it's like, oh, you want a PS5? And they're like,
is that a
sweet
clothing?
they're like, sweet, let's go.
No, I think everyone knows what a PS5 is. I would hope so.
Um,
But super fun. Who would have thought they would come to Bloomington? I got a selfie with the host. He took my phone.
Played damn well, huh? Let's just talk about the game real quick.
They played...
And you went to the game,
I did,
imagine.
yeah. They played okay. Michigan didn't look that good, but better than Indiana. I really don't think Michigan's that good, to be honest. I'm just going to straight up say it. I don't think they're that good.
I think we played way above our standard.
Yeah.
Way above our standard. But guess what? 2 weeks in a row, tied at the half, and 2 weeks in a row, 0 points in the second. I mean, it's just so... Like, how can you go into the halftime and then come out with no adjustments? And then I love Tom Allen's response. Let's just fire the offensive line coach.
I think that'll work.
Because it can't be anybody else's fault.
It's not his fault.
No, certainly not. Because we've scored 0 points in the second half twice in a row. After being tied. Like, don't you go into the locker room and gain a bunch of confidence?
You would think.
Because you're tied?
You would think.
It's appalling. Dude, it's appalling. It's appalling.
It's hard to watch.
I just don't understand. We have so many returning players, so many. And I mean, obviously, Cam was out. Cam, you know.
Obviously, we knew Michigan was going to win this game.
No kidding. I had Michigan first half spread, so I was crushed.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that was my only losses of the weekend. Was I live bet their spread after they marched down the field on us on the first drive and scored within a minute.
Yeah, I was hoping for an upset, but there was almost an upset in the NCAA. Alabama just slipped out to get the win.
And they lost to them last year, which is, quite hilarious to think about. Obviously, backup quarterback Milroe certainly struggled passing the ball. Alabama ran it a lot on a very good Texas A&M defense. I would put them up probably third in the SEC. I'd probably go Georgia, Bama, Texas A&M. Very good defense, and Bama almost lost, man. We were watching it. We were praying on it. Their kicker missed 2 field goals.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't have been that close.
Who the hell drew up that last play?
Oh, I know, dude. So bad. You have to get it in the end zone.
And if you're going to throw it to the end zone, why would you throw it to the corner?
I think that they were banking on throwing it to their best receiver and hoping that a flag was going to come out and they were going to get a free play. But, dude.
I think he was trying to throw it away. It looked like he was trying to throw it away to get another play, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. But, dude, you know what I've learned? If you are within 3 yards of the goal line and you have one play, run the ball. Run the damn ball. If you haven't learned anything from watching football for the past 25 years, it is that, hey, you bet your guys in the trenches against their guys in the trenches. You give your offensive line confidence. They can roll through anybody.
Saban shouldn't even be happy about that game.
Saban is never happy about any game. Regardless of if they win by 60, he's not happy. That guy never smiles, ever. That's him and Belichick, they are the same person deep down inside. Anything but perfection is not warranted in that locker room. And, hey, great for Georgia because they've seen 2 teams now this year almost take Alabama down. It's a lot of film. It's a lot of good
I
film to be
don't see
watching.
how Georgia won't win the national championship.
Because there's a lot more games between now and then. And you know who's really good this year?
Who's that?
Tennessee.
They are.
Dominated at LSU, their first road game of the year. Or no, second road game of the year. Dominated LSU.
A return fumble in the first play.
Yeah, I know. So sometimes, the other team just kind of gives it away and pisses down their leg, which pretty much is what LSU has done consistently this year. But Tennessee looked great. Offense looks great. I love Cedric Tillman. I love Hayden Hooker. I think that they are an electric duo. And, I'm nervous. I'm going to the game November 5th in Athens. I'm going to be there.
Wow, who are they playing?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
That's what I just said. Yep,
so
of course.
I didn't know if you were going to another subject. Excuse me, guys.
No, no. I didn't say. I was just saying I'm worried. And then I said I'm going to the game, so I understand that was out of pocket. Out of pocket by me. I live in a world up here. November 5th, Georgia v Tennessee in Athens.
That's a game of the year. Is that college game day?
It probably 100% will be. 100% will be. Tennessee has a pretty good schedule. They have to play us and Alabama, which is just so
How far apart from each other?
Bad. I think 2 or 3 weeks.
That's pretty close.
Dude, it sucks for Tennessee, no question. That's October 15th, so that's next week. So if Tennessee...
Next week's Alabama, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Wow,
so
that's going to be a good game. That's a good game.
No, wait, I think... Put that in there. It says October 15th, but that doesn't seem... I'm terrible with dates. Okay.
Why? What happened?
It's October 15th.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought that wasn't on Saturday. But Alabama,
that is a Saturday.
number 3 in the country, at Tennessee, number 6 in the country, in Knoxville. Place is going to be bumping.
Tennessee's going to take that, I think.
Oh, dude, we'll see.
I think.
We will see.
In Knoxville,
Is Bryce Young going to be back? Because that plays a huge role. That probably plays the role. That is the factor. Tennessee's defense is not great either. So I wouldn't put it past Alabama to just kind of run like a read option with their middle linebacker at quarterback, Milroe. And he can throw it, and he's only going to get better every week, being able to practice with the starters. But, yeah, SEC East, far better than the SEC West. Far better. Georgia and Tennessee, it's going to come down to the wire.
Definitely.
So, yeah, that's where, I know you said I don't see a reason why Georgia doesn't win either. But I've just watched them. They haven't played that well this year. Not every game, which is concerning. Because last year, this time, they were dominating, rolling over people. A little bit of a hangover.
Well, that's why they won last year.
Of course. So, Oklahoma State nearly lost. They're 7th in the country. Almost lost to Texas Tech at home. Not great, but you win. Winning is winning. They're undefeated. TCU beat Kansas. Huge win at Kansas. But Kansas lost their quarterback in the first half. Their starting quarterback. The guy that, a 98
Jaden Daniels.
Jalen
Daniels.
So I bet the over in that game. It was 69 points, which is insanely high. So I took the over because I'm like, duh. Is that not the most fun thing to watch in the world? Just offenses going back and forth. He gets hurt. It's 10-3 at halftime.
Oh,
I need 69 points, Gabe.
Oh, no.
In the third quarter, they combined for 6 touchdowns. They score 42 points in the third quarter.
Oof, what was the final score?
38-31. The bet pushed.
You're
69.
kidding.
I'm not joking.
How did they get that high?
They scored 8 touchdowns combined in the second half.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me.
Wow.
No kidding. I know. And that bet that pushed, my other bets were on Michigan. Sorry, Hoosier fans.
It was 69? It was
69,
over.
So it pushed at 69.
Oh, if it's exactly 69, it'll go to the over?
So you can just get your money back. No.
Oh, you get your money back. Okay.
So...
kind of unlucky, kind of lucky, I guess.
No, insanely lucky. 10-3 at halftime, that's dead. I said to all my friends, bet's dead. It's toast. So...
That's nuts.
The fact that it pushed, and then my $5 that I had back, I threw parlay. The five-legger that I said earlier hit. So
wow. All right, yeah.
Back was against the wall this week, and I really battled. So really proud of that. UCLA continues to roll. Talk about the Pac-12 real quick.
Oh,
Them
you want
and
to talk about the
USC?
Pac-12? I got something to tell you.
Yeah, sure. USC and them are really the only competitors I see in the Pac-12.
Yeah, Pac-12, the Panics era. Over. Over. Sorry, guys. We saw it coming. Hoosier fans saw it coming. It's not going to last.
Nope, never does.
I'm sorry. It's not going to last, and it's over. So I hope you enjoyed that ranking while you had it, but it's over. I'm sorry.
Hope you enjoyed Penix being the first quarterback through 4 weeks in college football. I think you said Heisman contender at one point. After
I did
week 4.
not say that.
No, you brought the odds up, and you were like, he's 5th in the odds or something.
I did not say that.
Yeah, you brought it up.
I did not say that.
And it's okay.
I don't know who you're talking about. That was not me.
Time to forget it. And one more thing about the SEC East. Kentucky lost at home to South Carolina. So followed up a tough loss to Ole Miss that they almost won. Backup quarterback was playing for Kentucky. So, unfortunate. But tough one.
What's his name? Skylar Thompson?
No, I think it's Skyla Thompson.
Skyla. Skyla Curry.
I think that's it for this.
We'll see how it goes. But thanks, guys, for watching. And we have an exciting game. Chiefs take on the Raiders tonight.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
So, who do you got?
The spread is, what, 7.5? That's what it is, I think. Raiders, went down to 7. So Raiders finally won a game, so that's great. You love divisional matchups. They're usually pretty close. I think the Raiders passing game might be able to get it going for once. It's the over-under. Over-under is 51.5.
I'm going to take the over.
You're going to take the over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because those are two great quarterbacks. So.
Is that what we're calling Carr now? Great?
Okay, if you take Patrick Mahomes and Derek Carr, you average them. That's great. So,
I do like that. I do agree with that.
That's one great quarterback.
Yeah, if you average the two, it is a great quarterback. I don't like primetime overs just because they're really bad statistically this year. But I think Raiders sneaky +7. I'll take Raiders +7.
+7?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take.
You like the over 51.5?
Yeah, I'll take Chiefs with the minus. I'm gonna go.
You'll take Chiefs -7.
Yeah, I'll take.
We're starting.
What?
Our records now.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
-7 Chiefs. I mean.
Wow, this is gonna be interesting. Head-to-head battle here. Oh. Okay.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. Division series, MLB postseason starts tomorrow, starting with the Phillies and this kid's Braves. 1:07 p.m.
You know what I'm gonna say, baby. Chop on, always.
So exciting game. Nick Castellanos drives that one deep to the left. Something's gonna happen. Something emotional.
Not on Max Fried. On Max Fried's watch.
So tomorrow, Phillies take on the Braves, Mariners, Astros, and Yankees, Guardians. Oh, Dodgers, Padres as well.
Of course, yeah.
So big baseball day tomorrow. We'll give you a recap when we have the show next. So
yeah, for sure.
With that being said, very upsetting. Let's ride.